Yeah, every tickets thing I do now, it's just like, take my money, take my money.
There's one online.
Yeah.
I wanted to go Tuesday, but it's just.
It's
I think
okay.
I'm gonna do this Thursday.
It was, yeah, very few people came, but we had a
Like,
good
who
time.
cares? Illegal, just book a tunes, and now it's like,
Yeah.
it's funny how it's turned into the thing it.
But I still have the volume 1 and 2 from the 70s.
It was just so rainy and awful.
Oh, sure.
You couldn't ask for them by name.
But I took requests. That was fun.
Yeah, I was peeping in. I saw it a little bit.
Yeah, and my son came for a little bit,
Cash.
and Kathy came for a little bit, but, and Mark Tecklenburg came. He's a pianist
I still
in
got him.
Providence.
I think in my
So
garage.
it's nice to get to meet him in
That's-
person.
It's probably worth something now.
Oh,
Wish I plugged in.
Isn't that just
Ah,
funny what
here,
they
this
do is,
board.
like,
Oh, okay,
years
yeah.
ago, Steve Swan
That's great.
did a couple of albums where he wrote
I'm ready to hear.
new melodies on a bunch of changes and
Sure.
stuff. And then
Oh,
it was
great.
like that, like, he did.
Perfect.
It was-
Well, share it.
And
Perfect.
called the first one Real Book.
Yeah.
And in the CD booklet, the CD had
All I
like
do
all
is
this,
buy
you know,
extension cords.
lead sheets.
Sure.
But they were all in like real book cans and
Oh,
stuff
nice.
like that. And the cover was like the cover of a real book with the coffee cup stain
Oh.
that everybody has
Yep.
on there, including mine.
Yep.
It's
It's not real.
yeah,
It's
but it
not
was
a
a
real book.
But it was a great album. Though. It was a really, really good album.
I think I watched someone in college. I think I remember someone in college, they got a new one.
Yeah.
They like bought it, and the first thing they did was they like got rid of the coffee.
You got it, yeah. Like
They put it right for the first thing they did. And I was like,
yeah.
There we go.
it's like Christian in a boat with a.
Alright.
And then about 12, 15 years ago, they were all falling apart. So I had to like duct tape my covers or like duct
I
tape
don't
down
need my
like
music
the
for much, but I do need it for like 2 of them.
Sure,
So
that's perfectly
Stan.
fine. We're gonna switch over to Roger's set.
Hello.
Roger, then
Hello.
Mike.
Hello.
How's it going?
Joe, Remy, you all know what that.
I so where did that
This is
come
gonna be, so you wanna be a rock and roll
from?
star.
I think I have that. Let's see if that's.
And Roger's gonna drive the bus.
I heard
It's gonna be-
Do you have another
today?
Either, oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Do you have another
Franco.
stand of musica?
Do we have the music stand? We don't, but maybe we can.
You know, I'll just put it on
Can you-
here.
Yeah, put it on there for now,
Okay.
and I gotta buy another one anyway, so.
I had one. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, they go away, things happen.
Yeah, you know, that's what happens. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, band members just like take it, it disappears. I literally gave a guitar to my old, like this year,
Yeah?
because it was in the basement. I was like, oh, he told me he wanted it if I ever sold it, so. And, I'm like, and then you said, oh, do you have a guitar? I'm like, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Yes. What's the moral of the story? Hoard every piece of equipment you possibly can until
I know.
you're physically unable to play it.
I've got some. I've got a bass amp still and got a bass. Not that I'm looking to like replace that.
I have 4 pianos, and I'd like 10 more.
I have 5 snare drums.
Exactly.
I have
You have any basses now?
30.
No,
Yeah.
you do not have 31 basses.
He does.
Oh my god.
He's the Baskin Robbins of bass.
I have one. I have
Swiss
one.
Army, the Swiss guy I used to work with at a wedding band called me the Swiss Army bass player.
Yes, just pop them out. Because each one's different. They all have names,
No.
They don't
Yeah.
They all
have
sound
names,
different.
but they all have characters.
characters,
They
zodiac
have
signs,
personalities, yep.
social security numbers.
Yeah,
They've got
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, well, I can claim as dependents if they
Yeah. Oh God, taxes. Oh,
Yeah.
That's the other thing that got held up this week. I needed to download a bunch of things from like, you know, mortgage stuff and everything that I needed to get my guy, and I'll be able to do it tomorrow night. But now it's like it'll be too late. We'll have to do extension.
We'd have to do it every year. Ron was ahead of me. Usually he's the weak link. But this year it was me. So do you guys use any like program to do it, QuickBooks or QuickBooks?
I use Free Tax USA because I made under enough to qualify, which worked out. But that was like, it was fine. Just the end of it all. And like, it doesn't tell you you did something wrong until after you send it in, and they're like, hey, you fucked all this shit up, and I'm
Oh,
like,
God.
great. I remember worried that the IRS is gonna kick my door down, but whatever.
We've had a guy that's like an old family friend, and his office is now, he took out a partner a couple of years but his partner's been doing our things for a couple of years. But yeah, but it was fun to always go in there and talk. It was Bobby D'Amico, so you can imagine what an appointment with Bobby D'Amico was like.
I'm gonna take care of you.
Huh?
I'm gonna take care of you.
Take care, yeah.
Yeah.
But he would always say every year he would go like, he knew my wife's older brother, so he'd be going over. You're still working at the and the self-employed? Yeah, he said, is she still working for those fucking nuns? I said, yep.
Yep. I didn't give out any 1099s.
I only got one.
But I think we're okay. I don't think neither of you the past year, right?
I got CTC.
Yeah,
And
about
a
that.
small one, and a big one from Tish because they did a bunch of things through her for the music mansion. But I certainly got some deductions.
Yeah.
Some expenses.
So I'm gonna keep it that way.
And a lot of
but
repairs done, yeah.
Next year I'll probably give out 1099s. So and I gotta do more for myself.
Yeah,
And so I had many more gigs this past year than I expected to have. And all the like small paying gigs, right? So I'm kinda like, I know what I paid, but I'm not telling you.
Yep.
Too much, right? Okay. Alright, basically give me permission to sin, Father. Okay. Alright, Roger, we're excited to play for you. So take us through what you're doing.
Alright,
Alright.
Numero uno, Chocolate Jesus. You guys know the song at all?
Minor, you gotta keep on right, so.
Yeah, I moved it to G, I think. Yeah, G minor, yeah. The only thing that's tricky about this song is there's a little break in the middle where you stay on the, it's usually the E, but it's the G minor, I guess, in this case. And then you go to the 4.
Okay.
So it's just like in the middle of the song. It's the one little turnaround.
With that beat break?
Yeah, it's a one little turnaround. Yeah, where it says there's this little break.
Okay. When we get to it, we'll go through it.
and that's your solo spot or whatever.
Okay.
It's not my solo spot because I can't do it.
Alright. Your rhythm, I'll be flavor. Great.
So we got just very little intro, so we can actually almost just start
Oh
almost
yeah.
on it.
Yeah, I would bend that, bend the G.
Don't go to church on Sunday. Don't get on my knees and pray. Don't study the verses of the Bible. I got my own sense of way. But I know Jesus loves me, maybe just a little bit more. Get on my knees every Sunday. That's the release can't restore. Oh, it's got to be a chocolate Jesus. Make me feel good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus. Keep me satisfied. Don't want no apple dabble. No, don't want no almond joy. Ain't nothing better, more suitable for this boy. But it's the only thing that can pick me up, better than a cup of gold. I tell you, it's gonna be a chocolate Jesus, satisfy my soul. Yeah. When the weather gets rough and it's whiskey on the shade, you better let the Savior up instead of me. He blows like a big muddy, but that's okay. Or I'm over asking for a nice buffet. Oh, it's got to be a chocolate Jesus. Make me feel good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus. The only one for me. Oh, it's got to be a chocolate Jesus. Make you feel good inside. Got to be a chocolate Jesus. Keep me satisfied. Satisfied.
Max applause.
Hey Dan, Hi, how you doing?
I'm alright.
All right. Yes, that's that one tricky thing is the I don't know. When the weather gets rough.
Yeah.
So just stay on that like.
Yeah, so your solo is over the
Transitioning to the bridge.
before the bridge, right?
I have those 8 bars and we just play a little bit.
That's
of-
right.
Okay.
Yeah. The 8 bars are
Eight,
that.
8 beats, yeah, so.
Great. When the weather gets rough. Great.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's a great deal.
Stay on beat.
That's all. That's the only little trick in the song.
Perfect.
All right, so then we go on. We welcome everybody and say a lot of stuff, and not a lot of stuff, just a very little bit of stuff. The cue is. It's probably not going to be what that cue is there. It's probably going to be something more like.
We'll follow you.
Yeah,
We have
it's
the script.
going to be like you know what to do.
Yeah,
You got the first chord anyway, right?
yeah.
And on this one, we are definitely in whatever this is in. Is it D minor? I don't know.
Good night.
Good one.
Good demonic moment.
Just gonna double check because my baby drove in a cold car. And it sounded a little off to me, even though it tuned really well. It's like great. Oh, maybe it's like weird. No, it's fine. Okay. All right, guys. All right. So there's a little intro, and then it just goes right into it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wait. You know, let me. You can give me the first cue on this.
For you mind here?
Yeah.
Okay. So you just said whether it's a rock star, what drives somebody? That's my question. Let's start at the beginning, very good place to start. We'll make eye contact basically.
Yeah.
We'll do a D minor together. Okay.
You have to understand the way I was back then. A little kid just trying to strut my stuff back then. My sister got the dance lessons, not me back then. But I danced nonetheless, to the dismay of my folks. I choreographed to no one there. I couldn't stop if I tried. Back when I was a kid, boys had to play a sport, so I chose hockey. Baseball, what a joke. I wanted to learn tap and wear a bowler hat. Let's face it, I was mini Joe Gray. I never got to learn the old soft shoe back then, or catch a fly ball hit to the right field back then. But then I saw the movie Cabaret one night, and my mind, it was blown. I couldn't believe what I saw up on the screen. It looked like me, and I was changed for the good. Back when I was a kid, boys had to play a sport, so I chose hockey. Baseball, what a joke. I wanted to learn tap and wear a bowler hat. Let's face it, I was Mr. Bojangles. Let's face it, I was born to be on stage. Then I saw Liza there in lacy underwear, and I knew that this was what I was sure that it was what I was meant to be.
Alright, let's figure out that ending and when you want us to stop and start.
Okay. And I think that there could be stuff at the beginning too. I know you guys are kind of filling it out, but like, yeah.
What, you want more up at the beginning?
No, at the beginning, like, everyone was really quiet.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm just, you were there a little bit, but you guys can like be in a little bit, you know? Yeah,
Okay.
just a little bit.
Okay.
It was great otherwise, I think that was great. All right, so,
Let's face it, I was meant to be on stage, then I saw Liza there.
Yeah.
All lacy underwear. I knew that this
we
was...
can let's take it from the la la la's. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. We're gonna be watching you and watching you
Okay.
play the guitar, and that's what we know.
I thought you guys did great anyway, but like, let's,
Yeah, let's make it tight.
2, 3. La da 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 da. Let's face it, I was born to be on stage. Then I saw Liza there in lacy underwear, and I knew that this was where I was sure that it was where I was meant to be.
Woo, that was great.
Got it?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching you all the time, so.
Yeah. Can we do that, Myrtle? Is that, I mean, we can put him in a way where we can all kind of see. what
It's
he's
kind of
doing?
like a
It's straight across?
spread out that way. It's like right across the stage is not real deep, but we'll be able to, the sight lines, you'll be able to see from everywhere.
Great. Okay.
If the piano's off to this side,
Okay.
and I don't know if that's stage right or stage left, I never get that right. But anyway, you're over here,
Yeah.
and then we can be like that, so we'll have a clear view of what is up front.
Yeah, almost like you want a kitty corner them like on the corner probably behind. It's like they would be like there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Awesome. Great.
All right, so we move on. We talk about Liza being a rock star, which she really wasn't. But then I go into talking about my punk rock friends from college. So then we're gonna do this medley. Okay,
I love it. Punk medley.
so let's walk through the medley. It's not that hard, but even one note for me is when we get through Dreaming and we go to Because the Night,
Okay.
I'm gonna look to you for that and then we'll come in, okay? So that you get the lead on that.
Okay.
The second song in the medley is Precious from the Pretenders. You guys know that at all?
I'm trying to pick up which Pretenders here it is.
So it's the first album.
Yeah, alright.
But it's
Alright, yeah.
these are very. I'm gonna give you like a 2, 3, 4, and then it's just a. Okay. First one's gonna be kind of like what's the first one? It's very straightforward. That's not too hard.
Do you
And then-
want the drum beat they do in that song?
Oh yeah, whatever you want to do, as punk as you can do it. This is our chance to be a little rock and roll in this show, I think. So let's give it to them
Okay.
as much as we can, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And Myrtle, totally. All right.
Yeah, and they're fine there. I mean, they do rock shows. I mean,
Yeah.
it's rock. We're gonna be rock light probably to them, but you know,
It's all good.
for our audience, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, 2, 3. I think I lost myself somehow. 1, 2.
You know that Sennheiser is
2,
acting up.
3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
For your thumbs.
All right, yeah, it went away. I don't know what happened. Okay.
Yeah. I got a cable.
All right, so we're talking about these punk rock girls. I'm going to say something like, what do I say? Let's say. There's not a lot of leading on these, so.
We
Oh, I say and then I discovered Chrissy Hine, Debbie Harry, and Patti Smith, and these were women that didn't take shit from anybody, and God, I wanted to be like them.
When I met you in a restaurant, you could tell I was no debutante. You asked me what's my pleasure, a movie or a measure. I'll have a cup or two and tell you of my dreams.
dreaming back just a teeny bit at the beginning, but it can like build a little bit.
Sure.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
All right.
So
And this
how
one,
You
I'll
can
try
start
to
with
give you.
just you on guitar, or you just want all of us to be quieter.
In my mind, it was a little bit more going on than I thought it would be.
Okay.
Like it should be a little. It's the soft song in the medley. It's like
Right,
the
so-
kind of. It's,
Okay.
it's a little bit more pulled back one.
Alright, so you don't really want it so much like the original,
No.
'cause that's like.
Yeah, you guys were kind of doing original, which
Yeah.
was great, but like, it's a interpretation of the original.
Alright, so- yeah, so maybe-
But Precious is like the original,
Yeah.
and I'll try to give the accurate count lead in, because it should be
I like the way you cross the street, 'cause you're precious. Moving through that freeway out. Precious. Take a ride and almost get yourself. Precious. Should know how shooting bricks go down. Precious. Make me wanna. Make me want, make it. Ooh, you're so mean. Oh, you're so mean. Yeah, you're so mean. Oh, you're so mean. Take me now. Here as I am, hold me close, try to understand. There's hunger, it's the fire I breathe. Love is a banquet on which we feed. Come on now, try and understand the way I feel when I'm in your hand. Take my hand, come undercover. They can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to
I know, right?
It's one of my favorite Patti Smith songs.
Patty and
Bruce
Bruce.
Springsteen wrote it.
Yeah.
How's that?
He wrote it for her.
That was great. I think we should run through this little medley one more time, and because it's a medley.
So, for people who don't know them, right, we give them a good lead in. Then my first, I'm just here, introduce me, rock and rollers that didn't take shit from anyone.
Yeah, I talk about.
You get a medley.
I'm gonna improv some of that stuff. It's like that's like the bare bones of it, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about these punk rock girls and all that. And, but I will say, they introduced me to Blondie and the Jam and the Sex Pistols and all of that, the
Yeah.
Ramones. So they'll be leading.
Okay, yeah, like,
Explaining it too much? No, I don't think so. No.
no, these are like the three sisters.
Me not doing that. No.
So, but yeah, you can invite people to sing along. Because I
Yes.
think they will want to,
Yeah.
especially the last one. So
Okay.
whenever you give them a little bit of time, you give them a chorus, you can say, everybody, and they probably will.
Yeah, that one especially. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
You guys have any questions? Was that?
No, are you gonna take that from the top again, or?
I think we should one time just to get it all.
Alright.
Because I won't see you guys till Sunday, so yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, yeah.
you're good.
Just to have the feel of it,
Sure.
especially the transitions. The other stuff is not as hard. This is easy. This is the toughest thing. All right, so we talk about them and blah blah blah, and there's gonna be. I'll just do a lead in, okay?
When I met you in a restaurant, you could tell I was no debutante. That's right. Oh, you asked me, what's your me now, here as I am. Hold me close, try and understand. Fire is hunger, it's the fire I breathe. Love is a banquet on which we feed. Come on now, try and understand the way I feel when I'm in your hand. Take my hand, come undercover. They can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to us. Because the night belongs to us. Thank you, Patty.
Better?
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah,
That was great.
that
Thank
felt-
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And the kick in was great on
Yeah.
Because of the
great.
Night. That's awesome. That was beautiful. Thank you.
All right, that feels good.
All right, moving along. Moving along. We only got 2 more to go.
Oh yeah, Jack's Lamette. And we get a Band-Aid.
So I would think that for the bass for Joe, this would be the
Oh
more
yes.
complicated
Joe, you've
one.
been hired.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot going on. I would say, just like, take it easy. The first time around, we'll do it maybe
Yeah,
twice.
you know, I didn't get, I was telling you that my computer blew out this week and I had.
Do you know this at all?
I grew up with it, but I don't know the part. And
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but I will for Sunday.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, not a lot.
I've kind of like twisted it into something else that it's not, too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what it is, but not really.
Yeah.
So, but I have total faith in you. For Remy, I think, just go with it, just feel it. There's some holes, and this is, we're only doing one verse of it and a little chorus of it. So it's not a big, huge thing. But it's gonna be built off of this riff.
There are few who deny that what I do, I am the best, and my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to disguises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying.
I had the wrong tune up. Sorry, I had the wrong tune.
All right.
Yep, yeah, I breezed past it. My scrolling finger.
We're all trying new
Okay,
apps on
right.
iPads.
Right.
We're going digital.
That was great though, perfect.
Yeah.
That's what you
Dylan
said.
goes electric, Potenza goes iPad.
It's these digits that's the problem, not.
I keep on splitting my nail at the top and then it bleeds. And then it's
Oh,
fun.
that sucks.
Yeah.
Super glue.
Yeah, I'll put on a liquid glue here in a minute. So I'm just gonna pad this up and then do it so I don't bleed all over my piano. Anyway, I have little finger condoms,
Yeah,
but I seem to have run out, so I have to go buy more finger condoms.
I'll tell you, super glue is more durable, dries faster.
Really?
Yep.
Then the liquid bandit? Okay, Titan super glue. Alright.
It's like just regular crazy glue. Yeah, don't get the Gorilla Glue is like extra strong and like I have a reaction to that, so I think there's like a little bit more stuff in it. But the crazy glue
Okay.
is like
Done.
brush it on and it dries quicker. It's stronger than and it's just like having a Band-Aid on.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay.
I used it like on this finger where right across where I plug, and it gets me through a set.
Okay. Good to know. Alright. I don't need to use this. I have 4 others. Okay.
But that's the worst.
That's the worst, yeah.
I hate that.
I get to, substitute. Okay. So there are a few who deny.
We're moving along, so I'm good.
Okay.
Joe had like the wrong thing up, so I
Yeah,
guess.
do hit that again, all right?
There you go. So it's got a groove.
Yeah.
There are few who deny that what I do, I am the best.
have the transposed version of it, and I'm you know.
And that's wrong.
Is that
It's-
in here? Is it
it's-
in here?
I have it in E minor.
Do you want to do it? Try it in E minor because I bumped it up because it's better for me
No,
vocally.
I'm just not familiar with the song, this song at all.
Can we try it in E minor and then we will
Yeah.
transpose it for
So that way you
someone?
can see the chords. Because
Yeah.
I can sing it in E minor. It's just, it's nicer if it's a little bit up.
And we're gonna-
And the chords I have scared the very bravest off their feet. It should be. It stays on the A. The bravest off their feet. The F's not there.
Okay.
So the F is a G. And it's D minor.
Okay.
And then we're gonna take a little pause, just a tiny pause. But year after year, it's the same routine.
Okay.
And I grow so tired of the sound of screams. And I jack the pumpkin. Have grown so tired of the same old way. Oh, so that's it.
Okay.
You got it. That's great. Awesome. All right, you want to try it in E?
Yeah.
Make it easier?
Yeah.
All right.
Try it.
Yeah.
So we have, for our opening, we see an E minor chord. There are a few deny.
You ready?
Yeah.
There are few who deny, and what I do, I am the best. Though my talents are renowned far and wide. When it comes to disguises in the moonlit night, I excel without ever even trying. With the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charms, I am heard, groan, and give out a shriek. With a wave of my hand and a well-placed moan, I scare the very bravest off their feet. But year after year, it's the same routine, and I grow so tired of the sound of the trees. And I jack the pumpkin king. Have grown so tired of the same old thing. Oh, there's an answer inside of these bones, an emptiness I've never known. The pain and praise come year after year, does nothing for these empty tears.
You want band throughout for this.
That was beautiful. That was great. I mean, I think the only tricky part is the first part's a little bit like bouncing around all over the place. Definitely put in a shriek, okay? I want a shriek.
From me?
Yeah, yeah,
Where?
yeah.
Where do you
I've
put
seen
it?
grown men provide a shriek.
Oh!
Yeah, I need a shriek.
Okay, even shriek. Got it. Yeah, we can do that exact thing. We'll just change the key, and so I'll get it.
Let's do it in E minor because it's easier and it's all there right now. Right? You have that's what you have, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll keep it in this key. Okay.
And the only change is I have scared the very bravest off their feet. That's wrong. It should be
Stay
just
on G throughout
it should
there.
just be A minor and then the G is on bravest. So that G and that F are wrong. The G should be where the F is.
Okay, so it's A, G, D minor.
So it's A minor and then it's wave of my hand and a well-placed moan. I have scared the very bravest off their feet. Got on the right.
Scared the very bravest off their feet. Right.
Yeah.
Alright,
Feet.
and a pause there. And then for an I check, the pumpkin king, which
It's-
used to be an extra couple of beats after that.
I jack the pumpkin king. Have I could go right like that. Yeah. I'm gonna just play this through a little bit. That
Yeah.
little part. Okay.
Yeah, please.
I'll do it from that.
play smoke, scare the very brains off their feet. But year after year, it's the same routine, and I grow so tired of the sound of screams. And Jack the Pumpkin King, have grown so tired of the same old thing. Oh, somewhere deep inside of these lungs. And that's where I think the bass has a great opportunity to like do something fun.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
for
I
me
had
it's
no idea there was a time thing that we were going into.
I got to do a bit more. Yeah.
Because, alright, so, what do you want in there? What do you think?
Chris, okay, I have to like express it in some like musical way, right? Well, like something melodic.
Alright.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay, I get it.
But you can make it up.
Floating over
A
that,
melodic counterpoint to what she had, yeah.
like that.
You know Kurt Weill, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of like that dark, like sort of German,
Yeah, dark
Kurt
German
Weill-y
phrase.
feel.
How about it? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
What?
wanna take it from
How
that
about
same
it?
spot?
Yeah.
And go in?
Yeah, same spot and we'll go.
You want to take
into-
it from the well-placed moan, or you want to take it from just the?
Yeah, well placed mom.
Let's do it from well-placed
Wave
moan.
of my hand.
With the wave of my hand and a well-placed moan, I've scared the very bravest off their feet. But year after year, it's the same routine, and I grow so tired of the sound of screams. And Jack the Pumpkin King, have grown so tired of the same old thing. Oh, somewhere deep inside of these lungs, that's great. When emptiness began to grow, the fame and praise come year after year, does nothing for these empty tears.
Like that?
That was beautiful. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes, you're an artist, Joe.
Yeah, no, I knew you could do it. I'm like, oh, he's gonna come up with something great.
So good.
All right.
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
yeah, I think that works.
We'll do this last one, and maybe if you feel like we need to, we can run that one more time.
Okay.
Do we have time to do all that, or are we gonna run up against the clock?
No, I think we're all right. It was 6:58, so we're just gonna get Dan and Kathy in here too. But I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Your band feels good about it.
The band feels good?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all that matters, 'cause I feel good. When I do it at home, it's great.
Sure, worries that is
It's a
that.
lot harder with pants on, isn't it?
What?
It's a lot harder with pants on, isn't it?
With pants
Except we
on?
do it at home.
I wear pants at home.
After you.
Juan, on the other hand, sometimes he's
Not that kind of show.
All right. So this is a straightforward one. Although
To terrorize wedding finance.
I moved this one too to key of B, but this shouldn't be as hard to figure out. This one's not so hard. So it is going to start with it's going to start quieter with a kick in when you get to see the G-A 4 time? That's the kick in. So it's just gonna like a feel at the beginning. So it's kind of like I'm gonna say something about being containing multitudes, and that like, we all should like accept that we have all these different parts of ourselves and not worry about being one thing, something like that. So you wanna be a rock and roll star? So listen now to what I say. Just get an electric guitar and take some time and learn how to play. And if your head's just right and your pants good tight, you're gonna
that's gonna be a kick in there, so
So do
definitely,
you not want drums until then?
you could wait until then if you wanted to, there could be bass
What
though.
would you like?
All I care about is that when we get to this part, it's. I'd love to have one of those.
Yeah, this is
My sister.
in here. Is
It's the same
it's-
key,
it's-
yeah, so
yeah,
we have
that's
to
what's
transfer.
Do you wanna go back to G again?
No,
We can do it.
We can fix it pretty fast.
Well, the other thing too is it
because-
said B when you're really in B flat. So.
Oh, you know, I'm not a musician, but, you know, I tried to.
Yeah, so I'm making a mental adjustment.
Even while she was out.
We could do it in G.
she would call me.
It's just
No, do it
a little
do it
lower in my
do it
voice.
You know, this and this building.
We're kind of just transposing as you go, but we'll figure it out. We'll be okay.
You know what, I should have done it. I could have done it for you guys, I didn't, you know.
We're doing it. It's getting done. That's the important thing. We don't have a string orchestra that has to do it, so we're lucky.
That's true, is it not? Yes.
So, and it's just a few chords, so I'm just sitting here writing a bunch in and,
Yeah, they repeat.
yeah.
It's a lot of G's and A's, or probably, B flats and,
We got it. Okay, let's try it in the B flat C.
B flats and C,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
So you'll play, you'll strum at the beginning.
Just, I'll do, it's just gonna be a.
So you wanna be a rock and roll star? So listen now to what I say. Just get an electric guitar and take some time and learn how to play. And if your head's alright and your pants are tight, it's gonna be alright. Next time you go downtown, where the agent man won't let you down. Sell your soul to the company who are waiting there to sell plastic wares. And if we go to make the charts, because we'll tear you apart. Was it all a strange dream? You're a little insane. Don't forget who you are. You're a rock and roll star. That's something new. La 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 la. Don't forget who you are. You're a rock and roll star.
But it's the big end.
Yeah.
Do we have extra music in there?
I threw in the la 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 la
So just
da
keep
da 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 da, and then one more. Don't forget who you are. You're a rock and roll star.
Okay, we will watch over that.
Yeah, the end is you gotta watch. $65.
So then the end could be like. So it can plow. It doesn't have to go slow. It can plow through, and then the last one is a dum dum dum
Sure,
dum.
but on the very last one.
Final one is the guitars, it's like.
And the kick in was perfect. That's what it should do. And the tempo was perfect.
Great.
Because if it's too slow, it's gonna feel like.
Oh no, that kind of jumps along like you.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We got the chords, and they're all set.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to go back and do anything, guys? I mean,
What do you
I think the only one that's weird really is the Jack's Lament.
Actually, I think that we're fine on that.
You think we're good?
Yeah.
The last time through was, yeah.
Yeah, mostly just make sure we have the right keys for you.
Yeah.
So I'll do a shriek.
All right. So I leave it up to you guys then. Anything that you want to go over?
Go good?
No, I mean, yeah.
Yep.
It was Jack's Lament and then that last one, but now that we got, yeah. Now that I get up on minor third, I got my brain going up on minor third, so we're good.
Your band is fine.
My mental cable.
Yes.
All this music.
So yeah, no, he's already transposed.
Oh,
Yeah. The drums are all set.
I'll
Yeah.
go on here.
Good. You feel good?
I'm good if you guys are good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's good. Great job, Roger. Thank you.
All right.
All right, one down. All right, who's next? Kathy or Dan?
I
Dan.
am.
Okay, Dan's
I gotta
next.
actually make it to pool
Okay,
actually.
Thank you, Roger.
But they have
Pool
to
with
for-
Steve Allen?
Yes. And,
I saw him yesterday.
and they have to forfeit if I don't
This is
show up, so.
Dan
Oh,
Chaco.
really?
They only have 4. One of our players had a stroke, and the other 2 were supposed to be away on vacation anyway, so you have to have 5 players, so.
And what time does this happen?
Oh, it starts at 7, as long as I get there. I told them I'd be there around 9:30. So there's plenty of live.
Oh, okay, all right.
And I don't care who they play. Like the other team may decide that they're gonna put someone really good on me or whatever. I'll kill them anyways. Doesn't matter.
I was watching Dan a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
He was
Oh, I was doing pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
he's a shark, right?
I,
Yeah.
That team that you saw me playing with, we're down to the final 4 in the state to go to the regionals. So.
Oh, amazing.
And he beat somebody who had beaten him before.
Oh, I beat Megan. Yeah. Oh, I killed her.
Yeah.
Great. I've known her for
I
20
I
years.
could watch that, but I have no idea how to play it. How to
I just
do
get
it.
stage up. If the balls keep going in and I'm shooting, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to say.
It's just like angles and geometry and
Oh, yeah.
visualization, all the stuff that I'm not good at.
Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting dandelions pulled or the beefsteak pounded.
Yeah.
Never mind, when the customer's dry on a Saturday night, that's trouble. Folks, you got lots and lots of trouble. Brian's just-
I was on fire that night though. I was moving that white ball in line for the second shot, so that's when you're good.
Okay.
You hit one shot and you set yourself up for the next
Yeah,
3.
see, that's the thing. That's the
Do we have a music stand that I could use?
We don't today, because we're both in use, so you can just, put it right on there.
Oh my god.
We're improvising, Dan.
Improvising,
Oh,
or,
very good.
here, you can borrow mine. I'll make this a music
Oh,
stand.
oh.
Bam. Oh, yeah, perfect. I forgot about that one. That was from Mr.
Kathy.
Vogel.
Kathy's like, use this one, use this one.
I forgot I had that one. Good job. Good call.
Alright.
So is it called Lawyers and Fools or Lawyers and something?
More songs about lawyers
More songs
and
about-
fools.
Not to be confused
And the
with
Talking Heads album was more songs about buildings and foods. There you go. And I like food. And
I was thinking about
did I make that big enough for
their
you?
album titles the other day, because
That's great.
some of them came to my head.
77,
Um,
right? The first one was 77.
the one Burn Down the House is,
Um,
Speaking in Tongues.
Speaking in Tongues, that's correct. Which was, by the way, the most incredible concert tour I ever saw of anybody.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen the Stones,
Everyone says that.
whatever. But that tour, they had Adrian Belew on guitar. They had Nona Hendrix who came out and sang with them. I mean, it was unbelievable.
That's what I'm
And
told
they-
by many people.
And when the tour was set up, where just the original 4 came out and played like a half-hour set, and then slowly other players came out, and it turned into like a 8-piece band. It was just like, I saw it at P-PAC, and it was so good. I went to see it at Hartford, and I saw it in Boston at the Wang. Oh my God, it's amazing. All right, these are all the old notes. I wouldn't have this stuff copied. So this will be the first time we use the dialogue.
Yeah.
Because I haven't.
I'm just doing this as a document, in case things go right. I film in case it goes right.
Well, I filmed so I can see my mistakes.
Right, so I had Roger's thing as one big file, Dan's are like 5 different separate tunes, so let me just, I
Right.
don't know if these are in the right order or whatever, but.
Sure, and then they're also in that printout list there, but
Yeah.
I can also, I'll throw all of his into the Google Drive tonight.
Okay, so I've got, all I care about is love, Good
Uh-huh.
Morning Judge, 1 Million Lawyers, Talk to My Lawyer, and this, law.
Okay, we also have Lawyers, Guns, and Money.
Alright, so I had that one.
Okay, yep, you got them all? So basically, he comes right in with Lawyers, Guns, and Money, it's not the whole thing.
Yep.
And then we do a stinger on that, and then immediate second to Good Morning Judge, just 2 verses and out. Okay? So all we're doing now is just making sure the band knows what you're doing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Somebody watching? Hi.
No one's watching yet. I just want to get my video set up so that you can just hit play when we start. I can have something. Now you don't have to worry about getting it for me.
Okay. Put it right there, that's fine. Perfect. Pick it fine, it won't pick up too much. It'll be all good.
There you go. Oh, you're right. It might pick up to whatever. All right. You know, I can just let it run now.
Okay. And I'm filming too, if that helps.
Good, 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 good.
I'll just throw it on YouTube later.
Can you just look and see if I cut my head off?
You're good. I'm gonna just move it up just a tad.
There you go.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
were right at the
There you
edge.
Perfect.
All
Alrighty.
On the edge.
Okay, so
judge, what can the charges be? If there's been trouble, I will plead not guilty. It must be someone else, you know it can't be me. Wife and I, we separated just the other day. The last thing that she said to me was, brother, you will pay. She said I'd pay her every week, I'd pay her never fail. I said before I'd pay you a dime, I'd die right here in jail. Good morning, Judge, why you look so mean? And tell me, Judge, what can the charges be? If there's been trouble, I will plead not guilty. You must be someone else, you know it can't be me.
Sign on the F, okay? So I'll just play that same motive so we all know that motive is.
Alright, so
Yeah.
I only have 15 minutes to bill you. I mean to perform for you.
Right, to bill you, I mean to perform for you.
My piece is called More Songs About Lawyers and Fools. I'm a second generation
All
lawyer.
I care about is love.
I grew up thinking it was a noble profession. My dad was the guy people turned to when the shit hit the fan.
Can you make that much bigger? Can you make all of your talking much bigger?
Yes.
Okay.
I only have 15 minutes to bill you. I mean perform. My piece is called More Songs About Lawyers and Fools. I'm a second generation lawyer. I grew up thinking it was a noble profession. My dad was the guy people turned to when the shit hit the fan. He showed me that lawyering is for lovers. Are you ready, Eden? Hit it.
Hey, hit it. Okay, and let's see, should I get this right? Hold on. Okay. And,
I don't care about expensive things, cashmere coats, diamond rings, don't mean a thing. All I care about is love.
that's what he's here for.
I don't care for any fine attire, Vanderbilt might admire. No, no, not me. All I care about is love.
All he cares about is love.
Maybe you think I'm talking about physical love. Well, I'm not. Not just physical love, there's other kinds of love, like love of justice, love of legal procedure, love of lending a hand to someone who really needs you, love of your fellow man. That's the kind of love I'm talking about. And physical love ain't so bad either. Show me long raven hair flowing down about to there. Let me see her running free. Keep your money, that's enough for me.
Oh, God, it was a terrible key changes. What was I doing there? Yeah, fantasy.
I don't care for driving Packard cars or smoking $10 cigars. No, no, not me. All I care about is doing the guy in who's taking on you, twisting the wrist that's turning the screw. All I care about is love.
Boy, I really screwed up that chart.
Yeah, it's like, I was kind of trying to hear it through. I mean, you can hear it where it was
Yeah,
going, but
I need to, yeah, there should be a few more chromatics in there, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
rewrite this for you, Joe.
I could hear it, but you know.
Yeah, no, that was really terrible. Okay, but at least we know the form of it.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So for Saturday, I will rewrite this, because you're coming back Saturday, Dan?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to run that again before we do it,
Yeah.
just
You wanna do it right now? Or you want me to rewrite it?
you want
so
to do
we
that.
got- Do you wanna run this again, Dan? You wanna go?
I could care less, whatever you want to do. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm here to just grind it out.
Yeah. Let me rewrite it and do it Saturday.
Okay.
It'll be a lot more fun.
Okay.
Okay. Going on. So we just finished All I Care About Is Love, and then
And then,
let's talk about the next
how can you represent someone you know is guilty? I hear this all the time.
Well, a common misconception is that a lawyer's job is to get someone off, but really,
Oh my God! Okay.
but it's really to protect their rights at a truly noble cause. Many of these are crimes of necessity and circumstance. Not all crimes are committed with evil intent.
When you say that the job of lawyers is to get someone off, people will laugh.
They should.
They should.
I said it that way on purpose.
Okay, good.
yes.
And
There's
so,
a double entendre there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if
Hopefully
they,
our audience is old enough to be able to understand that.
if they don't laugh, I want you to pull a Jeb Bush and say, "Please laugh."
Oh, really? I'll try it again.
Please do that. Yeah. If nobody gets it, I'll say, you just go, "That was a laugh line." I'm just
Come on,
that good.
people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sue you if you laugh. All right, something like that. Okay.
It's like going. It's like
This
going
has
to the.
the law is next.
It's kind of like going to the last performance at
I
the
follow.
Barker.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
No one would laugh at any of the
So what's
jokes.
gonna happen is we'll do this side of the law,
Did you see the last part of
and
that?
then we go right into Folsom Prison Blues. Because it's basically
Oh,
the same thing.
Heavy duty.
Oh yeah, there was no comedy in that show. It was tough.
There were jokes, but no one laughed at them.
Only Lydia really had.
I'm just saying. I'm like, where's the joke? No one. I mean,
Yeah, that's what it suffered from, was a lack of humor. Yeah,
Which show was that?
the last show.
the last show, Barker was
It
so
was very
serious.
well done, but like it was so heavy that like you needed humor to like lighten it up. You know, like a Beth Henley play or something.
And there were a couple of funny quips in there.
Yeah,
But everybody was so serious. I went on Sunday afternoon with the old people, and no one knew that they should laugh. Like everybody was just like,
well, you can't be laughing when
I
it's
used to
about a
skip
girl
that
who's
way.
like freaking out because she got beat the last night. You know.
"Oh
it's
yeah,
tough.
no,
You know
no,
what I
no."
mean? Like
So
that
there
was
were a
the
couple
tone,
of jokes
you know?
in there, but people didn't laugh at them.
It was tough. It was a tough show.
Right. So
It wasn't directed by Karen.
No.
But yes, it's so true. Like I laughed my ass off at Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. And
Well,
Dan,
you're supposed to. Albie's
Yeah.
funny.
I was funny and just so darkly funny
Yeah.
that it just eases the tension to laugh your ass off. But that was my first marriage.
So I end that with not all crimes are committed with evil intent.
Okay, now all kind. Yes.
Are we doing this as
I would like
a
to
country
see
the
that.
train beat, or are we doing this as a swing?
That was the game.
We're gonna do train beat
Got it.
and
Okay.
yeah. All right. So basically, we can start vamping you too a little bit. So let's start vamping halfway through.
While I'm doing
So
my talking.
can you give the patter again, please? And we're
Hey, you
gonna
ready?
start picking up. Yeah, we'll give you your beat.
How can you represent someone you know is guilty? I hear this all the time. Common misconception is that a lawyer's job is to get someone off.
Actually, you know what? Let's play it, and then when he says get someone off, stop.
Say what?
Get someone off.
Get someone off. Stop.
But come on, laugh, people. But to protect their rights, that's the job. It's a truly noble cause. Many of these crimes are crimes of necessity and circumstance. Not all crimes are committed with an evil intent. On this side of the law, on that side of the law, who is right, who is wrong, who is for and who's against the law. Oh, I see you didn't really mean you any harm, but I simply couldn't make it on the farm. And all I got's the muscle in my arm. Well, I wouldn't ever hurt my fellow man. I could try to help myself without hurting somebody else. And a man has got to do the best he can. This is a punk around a mountain.
Okay, yeah, I know. We got millions
We're not
going on.
doing it now.
The connection's a little bit weird, so when you touch that with your hand, it
turn
moves
it
it.
off.
It moves it.
I want to touch right here. Right.
All right.
All right. Oh yeah, now I got it.
That's
You
gonna
have
get
to
clear.
hold back.
Yeah, we gotta pull that.
For 'em, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start this again.
Okay, ready?
And yeah. So the less I do, the more you guys do, the fairer it'll sound and the better it'll sound.
Mhm.
All right, so let's try that again. And I'm gonna grab Joe's book here. So yeah, trade, or you can keep that one for now. I'll keep this one. But yeah, the good copies in here. So, and I'll put this in the drive. All right, let's try it again. And
So I'm
let's
gonna
have,
end it with not all crimes are committed with an evil intent.
right, okay? Start from people asking, okay? And we're just gonna start, let's start with the train first.
Where do you people have?
Yep, so start to pattern before this side of the law, please.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
How can you represent someone you know is guilty? I hear this often. The common misconception is that a lawyer's job is to get someone off. But really, it's to protect their rights. A truly noble cause. Truly noble cause. Many of these are crimes of necessity and circumstance. Not all crimes are committed with an evil intent.
On this
Side of the law, on that side of the law. Who is right, who is wrong, who is for and who's against the law? Well, you see, I didn't really mean you to do any harm, but I simply couldn't take on a farm. When the land won't give a lot, you gotta do with what you got. And all I got's the muscle in my heart. So I wouldn't ever hurt my fellow man. And this just seems to me you'd understand. I'm just trying to help myself without hurting somebody else. And a man has got to do the best he can. So let me take you back to the early 1970s. My younger brother and I are riding home from Dad's law office on the south side in the second row of his Dodge van.
Make it big, tell us the story, okay? And remember, tell them, actually, you can turn around and tell it to Kathy and Roger, they'd love it.
We get to the stop sign at the corner of Potters and Prairie Avenue when a disheveled-looking man jumped in the front seat of the passenger's car and pressed a knife into my dad's side.
Look up at your audience, okay?
And cooler than the other side of a pillow, my dad turns and says, "Manny, what the fuck are you doing? Put that knife away!" The tables had turned, and Manny was very apologetic and crying about how sorry and desperate he was. We drive a few blocks and return Manny back to his home, and I still remember my dad telling him to put the knife back in the kitchen and to give the money he had on it that my father had given to him to his wife for groceries. Manny's wife was on the porch with the baby, and she waved at my dad with a big smile, and she had no idea what had happened.
Is that your last cue
That's
line?
my last cue
Okay,
line.
no, did have no idea what had happened.
Alright.
Then we'll pick it up again for verse 2. Ready? Well,
I didn't really mean to let my family down, and I'm not giving you the runaround. There's not much more I dread than to have to beg my daily bread, and I pay my way no matter where I'm bound. Well, I didn't really think that I did wrong. As long as I stay here where I belong, I did the only thing I could, same as anybody would. Yes, I was simply trying to get along.
What happened next?
Well, I have a segue line. Nobody
Oh,
knows the
okay,
segue
what's
line.
your segue
You
line?
want me to do that?
Right before you do that, she had mine to do a segue line, so
Alright,
Just before we go- I'm sorry. So right after simply trying to get along, there's got to be a little lump somewhere where I'm going to say, Manny would not always be so lucky, and then go into full.
Okay, that's the cue.
Like
Alright,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Manny
Same
would
tempo?
not- Yeah.
Alright.
Manny would not always be so lucky. Alright. So we did, yes, I miss simply trying to get along. Keep the journey going.
Manny would not always be so lucky. I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, and I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps rolling on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that train coming,
Alright, alright.
Yeah.
When I hear that whistle blow, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. And coffee drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me.
I forget where it is.
Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, you finished that too. You play that motive all the time. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, everybody will want to sing along on this.
I hope so.
encourage them.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
You encourage them, yeah.
I will, you do. So, keep your eyes on them as much as you can, right? Or you can
It's
also.
the first time with the band and listening to
I
myself.
know, it's a
It's a little
lot.
throwing, and
It's a
I sound
lot.
much flatter than I do in
So I'm
my,
gonna throw that at you
in my
too,
bathroom.
okay? And if we get off, I'm gonna sing it to get you back on. But you did pretty well.
All
So
right,
there's only one where we kind of went ahead.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know what? I didn't count the full 4. I thought I was listening, but I didn't count the full 4. And there's a time on Good Morning Judge when we go back. I think I have the wrong beats to wait in between it.
I'm sorry that that's this side of this law. I mean, I just did a scratch chart for it. There's no good chart for it. And there's a weird,
I can kind of, I mean, now that alright, I get where it's going.
yeah. And so I just kind of transcribed it and I hated the transcription.
I always have to make an adjustment with these without the bar lines, just to kind of figure,
Yeah, where does it
if
come
I
in
can
and
hear
all
where
that.
the phrasing is, then I know where the downbeat is.
Yeah.
But,
So as simple as we can, and
At
it's
first,
just such a pain in the
yeah,
butt.
especially in that thing.
Yeah.
All right, so
Good. So we got that. Manny became, what's the cue line for after Manny became a friend? His wife said, and his wife had no idea, right? That was the cue
right,
line.
and I gotta write that in because I improvised that and it makes more sense. So wait a
We need
minute.
that too. And
So I had to end with she waved at my dad with a big smile, and I had no idea.
that's basically it. Yeah, and I think that we'll do is we'll just let the drum beat start first, and we'll kind of ramp back up into it.
What had just happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotta head back to Seacon.
All right.
I'll see you guys Sunday. Thank you guys, it was great.
See you Sunday. Looking forward to it.
Jack is gonna escort you out.
And in the end, he goes,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's okay. You can go.
He's got the collar. He can go anywhere he wants.
Yeah, you can. He'll just walk you to your car.
All right, you gonna walk me to my car? That's very nice of you.
That's right. He's the escort. Yeah, he loves it when
Hi,
I.
baby. How you doing?
Okay, yeah. Da, da,
Glad you're calling.
Okay, so that's the end of Folsom Prison Blues.
So when that ends, right?
Next says talk to my lawyer.
Well, but before we get right, so that ends, right? And I'm gonna then I get with the so I'm gonna give a little epilogue, right? So when Manny got out of prison, he eventually stayed clean and operated a furniture restoration shop on Broad Street for decades. I still have an amazing piece of Empire furniture he restored for my dad in my living room.
Okay.
I don't have to do all that. I can cut it out a little, but
It's interesting, and it helps kind of fill in the gaps about you.
and it fills in the gaps about not all these people are heinous criminals. I mean,
Right.
I couldn't fit. I didn't want to go into the whole fact that he was a fucking heroin addict and.
Please do. Just leave a few things out. Especially say fucking. Okay.
All right.
Because that sounds like you.
Yeah, man, he was a fucking heroin addict, but he cleaned up his act, and he operated that repair shop. He operated that restoration shop for about 20 years on Broad Street until obviously he died real early from all the abuse that he did to his body. And that's what
That's
happened.
not funny.
So by the time the 90s.
but
came-
anyway,
By the time the 90s came along, my dad and I had to get a bunch of furniture restored. He was already in hospice at that point. He's a nice guy.
It's not a comedy.
He obviously so
They all do.
No, it's fun. It's a funny word.
When they quit doing heroin, I mean, it extends their life for some period of time, but the wear and tear they put on their body.
Oh, God, yeah.
Doesn't go away.
It extends as opposed to continuing to do heroin.
Well, no, he stopped.
No, yeah, I mean,
But if he cleaned his
but
ass
you
up.
could, yes, you'll live longer if
Especially
you
when
stop.
he died. He still.
Yeah.
Well, he actually was like 20-something years sober. He did well.
Oh, bless his
He did
heart.
well.
I mean, he has
He restored all this furniture in our
He has
house, my
some
grandmother's
sober
house.
traits.
I mean,
That's
anyway, we can work on fine tuning that, but that's what I have there.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Well, I mean, when you talk about it and you're saying it from the script,
Mhm.
it comes out one way, and then when you start embellishing, it comes out
I
another.
wrote it this afternoon. I have to
Okay.
get used to it. But you're
Okay.
right. We can work on that on
Saturday. Okay, you got it.
Okay.
All right.
So it wasn't until a few years later that I heard my first lawyer joke. Oh, actually, I did this back. Yeah. Oh, so what would it said about lawyers and fools be without a few good lawyer jokes? Everybody has a few, don't they?
Oh, sure. Everybody have a few.
So it wasn't long after. Oh, yeah, cross this off.
Are you gonna tell one?
No, I'm gonna, yes, Ann, you ready?
Okay,
It
yeah.
wasn't long after the Manny situation, my parents used to let us eavesdrop when they had parties. We could stand at the top of the stairs. I'm not sure they actually let us or they just couldn't stop us. I hear a loud friend belt out, or a friend of my parents belt out, "What do you call 100 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean?" And then he delivers the punchline, "A good start."
That's why you're here.
And I could hear my parents laughing with the group. I was dumbfounded. That wasn't funny. I didn't understand the joke. I wouldn't want my dad to be at the bottom of the ocean. My innocence was broken. Up to that point, I had only revered my dad and his noble profession. The next morning, my parents had to explain to me that not everyone held lawyers in the highest of esteem. The lesson learned was that sometimes it was okay to laugh at ourselves.
Okay, so somebody says, okay, to laugh at ourselves. So, Talk to My Lawyer sounds very similar to Folsom and the other Cash one. So I thought we should try to do it in a different way. So I suggested like a 60s Nancy Sinatra fruit type vibe. And I'm open to suggestion here. So, but basically, it's kind of almost the same. It's like a boy named Sue, right?
Yeah.
So while I was outside City Hall,
Slipped and took a terrible fall.
So I don't want it to feel like the other two. So it could be well, I was outside City Hall, slipped and
A terrible fall. Negligence on the part of I don't care who. Fell so hard I was seeing stars. Dollar signs fell from Mars. The man who helped me up said I should sue. He was a lawyer. He was all out of breath. Well, my mama said, Uncle Jim.
Is that too slow?
So no, it's fine. Actually, that works.
It works better
so,
if it's slow because then I get the lines
basically,
out. Instead of racing it.
Boom, boom, yeah. And actually, that he was a lawyer. He was all out of breath. That's like a tag. End of verse 1, just so you know. Oh, yes! Please do. Yeah, that's our intro.
Got
It's
it?
gonna sound like these boots are made for walking.
Yeah, I was thinking it.
Well, when she said Nancy Sinatra.
Oh, that's the thing I thought. And then she mentioned some other song. Well, I was walking outside City Hall. I slipped and took a terrible fall. Negligence on the part of I don't care who. I fell so hard I was seeing stars. Dollar signs fell from Mars. The man who helped me up said I should sue. He was a lawyer. He was all out of breath. Mama said, Uncle Jim, I just don't know what's wrong with him. Son of mine is a no good big wazoo. Well, I have never overheard such a bunch of slanderous words. Tell you, Mama, I got a mind to sue. Gotta talk to a lawyer. Mama, that was vicious. Defamation of character, wrongful and malicious. I got a witness. Put a we might be liable.
They were pattering.
And then I have Alaska
Right.
Pattern.
And that's the end of that song, actually. So,
That's it. Oh yeah, that's it.
But isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Does that work like that? Is it?
Yeah.
It actually
totally
is two more
works.
verses, but we cut them out because
Right.
we want to keep it tight.
Yeah, but that totally works. So then basically you'll
And I don't have
fade
a voice
out
like
of that.
Kathy or
Totally
Karen.
do that
We
one
don't
at
know
the
what they're
beginning.
singing.
That is awesome.
Yeah. That's a great beat for this.
So when that ends, I'm you ready. My lines are. You
Yeah.
ready?
The next song is 1 Million Words.
Right. So we're gonna wrap things up this afternoon with a legal sea shanty type sing along. Because who doesn't love a good sing along? Join me on the chorus, please, which goes a little like this. Eden, let's go.
And
10 years we're gonna have 1 million lawyers. 1 million lawyers. 1 million lawyers. In 10 years we're gonna have 1 million lawyers. How much can a poor nation stand? Humankind has survived some disasters for sure.
actually, let's see, do you want that to go slower?
I thought you wanted me to talk it and go slower.
Yeah. So tell you what, you can lay out for the verses and come into the choruses. Okay?
Okay.
So let's do
We're
that.
in F, right?
That's for them, not me. I have no idea what that
Modulating.
means.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we are. We'll modulate last time. We'll tag it last time. So let's say we just did the first chorus, and then for Humankind, verse 1, you and me. Ready? And
Humankind has survived some disasters for sure, like locusts and flash floods and flu. There's never a moment when we've been secure from the ills that the flesh is heir to. If it isn't a war, it's some gruesome disease. If it isn't disease, then it's war. But there's worse still to come, and I'm asking you please, how the world's gonna take any more? In 10 years we're gonna have 1 million lawyers, 1 million lawyers, 1 million lawyers. In 10 years we're gonna have 1 million lawyers. How much can a poor nation stand? The world shook with dread of Attila the Hun as he conquered with fire and steel. And Genghis and Kublai and all of the Khans ran a moaning world under the heel. Disaster, disaster, so what else is new? We've suffered the worst and then some. So I'm sorry to tell you, my suffering friends, of the terrible scourge yet to come.
change.
In 10 years we're gonna have 1 million lawyers.
Yeah, I made it my fault. I did key change too soon.
Yes, it's the
So
second
we're
one.
still gonna do the chorus in F. My bad.
And
My
then
bad.
repeat
And then
There's a
repeat
repeat
in
chorus.
love, okay, so
That's it.
of the terrible
Scourge
scourge
yet to come. In 10 years we're gonna have 1 million lawyers. 1 million lawyers. 1 million lawyers. In 10 years we're gonna have 1 million lawyers. How much can a poor nation stand? In 1 year we're gonna have 10 million lawyers. 10 million lawyers. 10 million lawyers. In 1 year we're gonna have 10 million lawyers. How much can a poor nation stand? The defense rests, everybody.
This is last slide, the defense rests. Yeah. Yeah, I want people to make sure they hear that line. That's
I know, I gotta wait.
So I'll tell you what, you may say, there'll be applause when your song is
I'll wait for
done.
them to slow down.
Wait for
I'll
the
just
applause to
whenever
end,
it's
then
done,
say the defense rests.
as I walk off the stage. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's a better thing. I'll just play the verses and then y'all come into the chorus. Sound good? Okay, any questions on this? No? Feel good? We're gonna run this again on Saturday. So, all right, thank you, Dan.
So I have, so when we were doing it, I didn't wanna stop, but I have a question.
Sure, sure.
Cause Good Morning Judge, I know so much by heart, but I wrote down from when we used to do it before, I have the wrong amount of spaces in between, right?
Okay.
So you ready? I have it I didn't know her pop was a city cop and she was just 15. Boom.
Bum.
Good morning, Judge. Boom. Why do you look so mean, sir? Boom.
And
Mr. Judge, well, can you charge? Is one beat. Because you keep telling me I'm not coming, right? You start yelling at this and before I finish my second one.
Okay,
So I gotta write one beat and I think we're probably back on the line,
okay,
right?
yeah, sure should be, yeah. Good morning, Judge.
Why do you look so mean, sir?
And
Mr.
Mr.
Judge,
Judge.
can the judge be?
And trouble. I will plead not guilty. As long as you get in trouble on time, you can come in. You have several windows of opportunity.
Oh, so I could do the 2 beats, but I have to get to trouble on time. All right.
Yeah.
Have you got like a system of mapping things out now, Dan? Because it's man, it's working.
I just have to, at the end of the line, I gotta know,
Yeah, right.
instead of running to the
spacing-
next line, I need to know what's
It's-
happening.
No, it's made a difference. I gotta say.
It's harder when I'm doing it on my own,
Especially on a
But
one
with
who
Remy-
song.
beating the drum,
Right.
right? I just have to figure out whether his beats are 1 or a half. So he's beating fast enough that I'm waiting for 2 clicks from Remy to give my 1 beat. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds.
Right.
You're on. Yeah.
And
It's
then
not
I
that
have to
mean
beat
to
it.
say it sounds.
It's getting better. I was a little flat on some of
Yeah,
this.
you lose it, but you know,
But that comes from more unfamiliarity with
improvement though.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Yeah, you know it well enough, you can do that, and
Yeah, it
it's more
sounds-
secure.
It felt
This-
a lot more secure.
This is a lot harder than geometry and figuring out balls. I gotta
It's
tell you.
interesting, because eventually
It's just
you get
opposite
back
of
to
me.
just music.
Right.
Eventually,
Right.
just add more things, like, what if I had lines, and I could add
Yeah,
like, notes
yeah.
in it, that would.
Yeah.
Oh wow! All right, so we only have to go through it once. That's great.
Yeah, very good. All right, Kathy, you're up, man.
Next
Woo!
thing. Next thing.
All right, so Kathy, you may need to print out. It's at the,
Yeah, I don't think
she's last on the program, called Come to the Cabaret.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Yeah, I probably don't have it yet, but we just finished it yesterday.
Damn, awesome.
And they have to change course into 2, but hopefully not. Working on this. All right. And her pattern is for developing too. So we're figuring out what we want to do, how we want it to go. A lot of kind of watching and waiting, but we're good.
Right?
Is it?
Yeah.
well, I-
Gotta have it in
we'll get
there
arrested.
somewhere. Alright, I guess.
Are you gonna? Oh,
This is
Mel is
good.
not gonna be able to
You're
go.
kidding, it couldn't be easier.
So this starts with what's the
But they still want to test it
Come
for
to the
2
Capitol.
in June just because this team in Japan. They don't. But she's negative for anything, including for someone's HIV. And that's
scores that
Yeah.
She's like,
You guys feel this one, you like the program.
no fucking
I appreciate it.
I don't know, but
I
she
appreciate
said so
your.
she's got pneumonia. They started her on antibiotics tonight, and within a couple of days, she'll be not contagious.
And I was
But
saying, Dan,
we're
I
supposed to
was
get on a
saying,
plane on
alright, we don't read
Tuesday.
music, I don't
So
speak
she's like,
the
I gotta,
language,
she
so
says,
I hope
I
this
can see you
isn't too
before again. I
taxing.
need to rest up so we can get on the plane. It's your aunt's 85th birthday.
Okay.
So I'll tell you my guest list will be Wendy Mueller, and they gotta find someone, probably Ellen or my brother will be I got a bunch of people coming,
Okay,
I
great.
think.
Good. All right, and we'll have people at the door too. I mean,
I
I'll
think
sell at the door.
And I think Kate Bowden is going. I know she posted. She put going on the thing.
Who did?
My friend Kate Bowden.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, yeah.
No, but sorry, I don't know.
She is such a shutterbug. I love it. I love it.
I'm trying to learn from that over here.
Yeah.
Really, it's who was that lady? It's the other lady who taught you that we.
Oh, Karen Michaels.
Karen Michaels,
Remember Karen?
man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, Karen said, she said, you need to get on and talk about everything you do every week. So now I do like an infomercial on Facebook every day, every week. Here's what I'm doing this week. So, but actually in May, I don't have the many kids. I mean, you and I are in what? We're next Friday, you, me, and Jean,
Yeah.
for that water fire
Yeah,
thing.
and then the 12th,
cool.
Yeah.
right? And then
So.
yeah, this is the first actually thing I've played other than at home in 2 weeks.
Wow.
I saw you say that, you have a.
Yeah, I had like the week before all off. I was supposed to work Sunday. I was in the hospital, so I couldn't. You know, I was in the ER, so I couldn't do that. I subbed out of that, and then this week, so I said, hey,
And Jean's wife is okay too? Jean's wife, remember had to take her to the
Yeah,
vet?
yeah, she recovered pretty quickly,
Oh,
yeah.
no, go.
Yeah.
Now, what
Stuff going
came
around.
through?
Yeah,
Amazing.
Eric, we were supposed to rehearse today, Eric, we recorded a little bit.
Uh-oh,
Eric's
no.
not feeling well, so.
Alright, knock, knock.
Mm.
Okay.
Alright,
All right.
I haven't
Drive
gotten
safe,
anything
my friend.
yet.
Wow.
Really, I've been
The only
incredibly
person
healthy.
who hasn't gotten something.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I feel like. My secretary has pneumonia, Mel has pneumonia,
Ooh.
and I'm like, oh my god, I keep taking my vitamin C every morning and hoping I don't get something.
and poor Jo, she's really sick, and
Oh.
she said my throat, it hurts to swallow, everything
Oh my
hurts.
God.
Yeah,
Strep.
yeah.
No,
that's
strep.
strep. So she'll be lucky if she doesn't get pneumonia. And she was in Florida last week, so it was really hard to come home from Florida, and it rained the whole time, and she's
We need some
sick.
fucking spring is what we
You
need.
come back to the worst
The
weather.
worst weather, yeah, New England in March is not fun. It's just not fun. Okay,
If I don't keep everything with me, I'm gonna forget
sure,
stuff.
that's fine.
I've lost 2 coats in 2 weeks.
See, this is why
I
I
lost
use my
money I
birthday.
took out of the ATM.
Right, yeah,
I got
everybody's
Because of this
sick.
crap,
I
yeah.
told many people about your July birthday that used to be in March.
Yeah,
I think that was so smart.
it's, you know,
Wait a minute, somebody has a July birthday that's in March?
Yes,
Wait a
Joe
minute.
does.
actually almost 20 years ago, I decided to move my birthday
Oh,
from March 6th to July 8th. Because my father had died, and I took his birthday, which I always thought was a much better time of year than March 6th. Because the weather is terrible, it's gray, and it's rainy.
yeah.
So when I was a little kid, I had an August birthday and I hated it because none of the school kids, all the kids would get the parties at school.
Yeah.
But after that, I love having my birthday in the summer. It's the best.
Yeah, really, that's why I,
I put it in my paper.
Yeah, and I'm a July 2nd. And when I was a kid, I always, well, especially on my 8th birthday, I got screwed out of my birthday because my mother was in the hospital having my sister. She was a July 4th baby.
Yeah, my mother tells a story about coming home from the
Not this
hospital
year.
with baby, with my younger brother, and she said the look of disappointment on my face was palpable.
Did you want a sister or just nothing?
Well, I didn't know, I wanted nothing.
Right.
You know, I didn't quite understand that belly was gonna have another child in it. Like, they kept telling me that, but then when she came back with the kid, I was like, oh, and then they paid more attention to him than me.
Maybe you had to bring him home.
Yeah. Why did you bring him home? Exactly. I was only 2 years old. I couldn't hide my emotions.
Alright, let's give this a shot. Alright, starting with Come to the Cabaret.
Thanks, both of you. I
You're
had to
welcome.
run.
see ya.
I'm sorry, I would have liked to stay.
I'll
but-
see you Saturday.
It sounded good, man.
10 to 1.
Thank you.
Alright,
Good luck tonight.
yeah.
Thank you.
So who else do we see on Saturday? We're seeing Dan, we're seeing Kathy again, we're seeing,
Karen?
who?
Karen?
Karen Besson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll run the rest of Eliza's and then we're good. So, we can get in as early as noon. I'm gonna bring Eliza with me on Sunday, and then we can, run a little bit of her stuff.
Saturday's here or there?
Saturday's here,
Okay. Here at what time?
10 to 1.
10 to 1.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah.
And while I'm
'Cause
thinking,
I have to leave by noon.
By
Sorry.
noon, okay, we'll get you.
can you buy tickets at the door? I keep being
Yes.
asked
Absolutely.
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I keep saying, make a donation of $10. Do it online.
Yeah.
And if you don't.
Eventbrite has a QR code, so basically people can pay by snapping and going, through PayPal, check, or whatever, or they can have cash and check, I'll have all that.
Very
That'll be
awesome.
fun. Yeah, gotta try that out tomorrow night for Congress, so. Oh god, that's right, I have to do my show tomorrow night. Good
Is
lord.
that tomorrow? No, that's tomorrow. Good luck.
Tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Good luck.
That'd be
Take care,
fun.
guys.
Alright, so we're starting with a little bit of cabaret. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kathy Andriozzi. And actually it's gonna be not a
Yeah.
rhythm, it's more like a musical theater rhythm.
What good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret show. Come to the cabaret. Put down the knitting, the book and the broom. It's time for a holiday. I'm the oldest of 4 children, and I grew up in a home with my parents and siblings and a whirl of activity. Somebody was always running out the door to a practice, a game, or a lesson.
And to get it all done, it took teamwork. And my mom, well, let me tell you, she was the best coach. And her strategy to get it done was music. Saturday chores were always accompanied by the sounds of Johnny Cash. And now Sundays, well, Sundays, they were reserved for drying dishes and for the McGuire sisters. Sincerely. Well, I chose to open with cabaret this evening because it reminded me of those days. You know, it was a time and a place where I knew exactly who I was and where I was going and who I wanted to be and what was expected of me. You know, I often thought that there should be a sign that hung outside of our house that said, Mobley Residence, Entertainment Nightly. Enter at your own risk.
Ha!
But one thing I could tell you is that it would be worth the risk. Come taste the wine.
I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt. Yeah, I'm gonna be vamping an F major. I'm sorry, I did that in place.
Come taste the wine. Come to your heart's celebrate. That's just the way you're taking. Some prophet of the wipe all the cares away. Life is a cabaret ocean, only a cabaret
Alright, so there will be like a tag in there, right? So life is a cabaret old chum that repeats just once. And then to come to the cabaret will be like halftime.
Can I just hear going into come?
Yeah. I played you the wrong key note because that's on me. So basically you're gonna be
So
playing Mobley Residence Entertainment Nightly, enter at your own risk, and I will tell you.
It would have been worth the risk.
And I'm gonna play your note.
Okay.
You're gonna play China.
Come hear the band. Come blow your horns wide.
Then she goes on.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kathy. I am 65 years old, and I rolled off my tongue a little bit easier than I thought it would. What else can I tell you? Let's see, I'm divorced. I've been divorced for 23 years now. So I've been single for 19 years. My ex-husband, however, was single 2 years before me. And I can tell you that does something to you. It changes you.
I'm just gonna vamp this G here for her.
Dear insecurity, oh, we meet again. Don't try to flirt with me. Not really my friend, but you take up half this bed, living rent free in my head. Oh, insecurity. Show up in my media, point out the worst in me. Whisper in my ear, that my lips are way too thin, doing miles around my skin. If I can't find a way to get you gone, can't we find a way to get insecurity.
Okay. Yep, and then I'm gonna kind of play and flow you on. Now, they'll applaud, and I'll just kind of play underscore.
Because of that insecurity, I think it took me a really long time to start dating again. At that point, I think it had been about 40 years. And you know, a lot changes in 40 years. The world changes, you change in 40 years. I mean, nothing is in the same place as it used to be. And I mean nothing. You start to question your worth, and your own body starts to betray you. But even worse, when I would look into the mirror, I didn't recognize the face that was staring back at me. So I really needed to ground myself. And so I started reciting the Serenity Prayer, you know, accept the things you cannot change and pay for the things you can.
Okay, so for this one, you might want to listen to it first, or maybe you listen to Susan Werner, she does it on piano. So basically, you'll pick it up. But first there's a couple of stops in here at the
And
beginning.
pay for the things you can.
There's your note.
Well, hello, my old friend. It's really wonderful to see you again. And I know this probably isn't the time or the place. What did you do to your face? I mean, what? With your eyes. You look like everything's a total surprise. Like nothing hard about the change. What did you do to your face? It's so long now, so be kind of how you bring it all. Although I'm playing it like a pair of cartoons, you look good. You don't look anything like anything good. People from the dance, sleep out of space. What did you do to your face? Yeah, bro. You got it flatter than Nevada somehow, and your chin's tucked in. So tight your boobs go up whenever you breathe. Alright, I'm a jerk. Would you mind my asking maybe who you are? I like it when you dance, sit my case. What did you do to your face? What did you do to your face? What did you do to your
Yeah, like that. And then keep song.
And this is painful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. This is fun. I mean, but it's weird, right? So, yeah, there's no chart for this. This is all we get. But it's a delightful song.
No, that works.
Yeah.
Where's that
They
from?
get this.
I don't know where any of these are from, except for Cabaret.
Oh, yeah, no. All right. So Susan Werner did this one, and she writes incredibly weird, fun songs like this. So I do a bunch of hers, and I love her. But they don't exist like in chart form. It's just like,
Right.
The only thing I found was just the lyrics. This
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
random
Yeah,
PDF.
yeah, that's the, yeah.
And you know if they have really weird stuff, Eden's gonna
I'm gonna
find
find
it,
it. Yeah,
right?
that's right. So yeah. So I was like, I'll smack that together and see what happens. So thank you for going with it, guys.
It worked.
But yeah,
It
it's
worked.
fine, basically. Okay, good. I
Yeah,
have all the
and,
sense.
and like, no matter what I tried, I had this overwhelming sense I wanted to go home. And yet I didn't know what that truly meant. I mean, where was home? Was it a physical address? And if so, which one? I just wanted to remember what it felt like to be that girl that lived in that house with the warning sign out front. You know, the girl who was so sure of herself. You see, somewhere between the then and the now, I lost my way. I lost something. Someone. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ever gonna make it home again. It's so far out of sight. I really need someone to talk to. I know
and
Then
feeling
feeling
right.
right, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're
Strike
going
that last part, and then are we out and it's just.
then we're out. Yep.
Okay.
And part of it is gonna show up again later, but
Alright.
basically that's what we got. So it'll be like, you know, till I'm home again and feeling right. That'll be me.
Or somewhere along the way, I became concerned with presentation, perception, expectations. You know, in other words, what other people thought. And I started to feel that I didn't measure up. You know, I was never really very polished or poised. I always brought a little bit of madness and mayhem to the party. To be more specific, I was a bit of a klutz, and I always had a habit of putting my foot in my mouth. If there's a wrong way to say it, a wrong way to play it, nobody does it like me. There's a wrong way to do it, a right way to screw it up, nobody does it like me. I got a big loud mouth, always talking rich and free. You always got to never stay away from me. Nobody does it like me. Okay, so let me explain to you what and how I mean. You know, always in search of self-perfection. I was in a store one day researching the weight loss wonder drug of the 80s, Dexatrim. And as I was looking at these different boxes of regular, extra strength, super extra strength, there was a gentleman who approached me and he looked a little bit nervous. And he came up to me and he said, "Pardon me, excuse me for being so bold, but if you don't mind my saying, you don't need that." Well, kind of got all warm and tingly and I wanted to put him at ease. So I said, "Well, thank you so much, but if you could see under this skirt." Nobody does it like me.
And that's all she gets, right? So she's gonna basically sing that, you know,
So just a line.
Oh, it's just one.
Yeah, just that line. So after her punchline, she'll just go, "Nobody does it like me," and then we come right all back down again.
Okay.
Okay, so give us that cue line one more time.
Okay, but if you could see under this skirt.
It'll be.
Nobody does it like me. Nobody does it like me. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure which nobody you would
Yeah,
do.
and so I'm gonna give you a little bit. So basically, nobody does it like me.
Just went too far.
Yeah,
In 1974, I visited the Washington Monument with the Girl Scouts, and we rode to the top of the monument in the elevator, and we took a historic walking tour on the way down, all 898 steps. Well, I got to the bottom a little bit faster than the rest as I tumbled my way down the last 100 or so. And years later, on a trip with my husband, we visited that same monument. And as our guided tour was about to begin, a member of our group asked the guide if we would be doing the historic walking tour. Well, she looked at him and she responded, "Sadly, the walking tour was shut down due to safety reasons in 1974. Nobody does it like me." Well, the hits kept on coming. And I worked at Rhode Island Hospital, the lifespan system, for 21 years, and it was incredibly convenient. I mean, not only did this place provide employment and put food on my table, but it was the location of where all my doctors were. And so this one memorable morning, as I was packing my lunch for work, I packed a little refresher kit, you know, and so as I got to work, what did you want me to say?
Oh, you might have to really spell it out.
Okay.
When she says refresher kit, gentlemen, do you have any idea what she means?
I think I.
Okay.
Okay. So one morning, when I was packing my lunch, I also packed a little, refresher kit so I could feel fresh as a daisy. And as I got to work, I stopped in the cafeteria, and all the way through the food and beverage lines, I was accompanied by this really dashing doctor, and we were having all of this wonderful banter back and forth. That is, until we got to the cash register, and as I reached into my pocketbook to pull out my billfold, it seemed as though it was stuck on something, and it was. And as I tugged, and I pulled my billfold out, my fresh as a daisy undies went flying through the air. And is there a
Yeah.
tagline?
Ah,
Yes, the fabric of our lives.
Live.
Nobody does it like me.
exactly like the other two.
Okay.
Don't worry about tagging it any other way. Alright? Because it's so cute. That's the last one of the three. So we'll just do it. We'll tag it. Nobody does it like me. We'll extend our end a little bit. That's perfect. Okay? Then they'll clap at it, right? Alright, and then we'll go on from there. Alright, so
Without even realizing it, I took a play right out of my mother's book. When my children were growing up, there was always music playing in the background.
back to home again.
And Carole King's Tapestry album was right at the top of that list. I'd sing this song. And up until about a year and a half ago, I'd still sing it. Sitting my daughter on the edge of her bed and holding her tight, I think of those long ago days as I sang. Snow has come, raining is wet. Cheers my soul to the marrow. I won't be happy till I'm home again. Till I'm home again, feeling right. Till I'm home again, feeling right.
Next one slower.
I want to be home again, feeling right.
Yeah, so we'll take off all of those SS4s right at the end, basically, all those. And then third one, final one will be a little slower, just end on the F. That's pretty. Okay? Alright, so we finish that, and then I'll keep it playing under her. I'll probably play under her more than anybody else.
And I don't know if it's age or being older and wiser, if it's our experiences or our losses, but at some point, if we're lucky, we let go of others' expectations and we learn to live in the moment for the moment. And we start to embrace our perfectly imperfect self. We don't have to run off and see the wizard to find our way. We may have to trade flying under monkeys for flying underwear. But like Dorothy, we come to realize we have the power to go home all along.
So we just heard me to start.
I am what I am, and what I am is my own creation. So come take a look, give me the hook or the ovation. It's my
working chart, yeah.
No, I was with it up until that very end of it, and then the cabaret tag. But
I think when I put it into like Word, it changed where everything was too,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is not
Word
helpful at all.
sees it as don't worry about it. No,
Yeah.
this is.
But you're following great, so.
It was just that very end. I kind of missed that descending thing and.
Yeah, and let's
Cabaret tag.
think of like when the key change happens, we're actually gonna pull back tempo a little
Yeah.
bit and expand her out. So she's here on one, it's one life
And there's no return and no deposit.
one life.
So it's open
That's actually the ending of Cabaret.
Oh,
The
my
very-
God,
the
so much
very-
fun to do.
Last line, I'm missing that word.
Yeah.
and
Don't
we're
worry
missing-
about that A flat run up with the parentheses. So it's gonna be lives, live, work the day until the can show. I am what I am, and I am. So let's figure out how long you're gonna do that.
Yeah,
So-
I can't get the time. I can't figure out where the timing is on that A,
Okay.
B, C, B flat, that descending thing
Sure.
there.
You can kill the A, B, C, kill the A flat, A, B, D flat, and instead, when she does I am what I am, so she's on D, the tonic,
Yeah.
right? Stay on it. So we're gonna do and we're gonna be on the yeah, we can go the 4 and the 5. Let's be on the 5. So the A and
I am a
yeah, let's do it like that.
All right, so there's
Okay.
just a lot of stuff in there that I wasn't sure where it fell in the bar.
Yeah. So lives.
Fine.
Damn till the shout out, I am what I am, and I am like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly the end of Bilderman.
Dear insecurity.
You're doing great.
Where does that one come from?
Brandy Carlisle.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have a really nice mixer.
Yeah,
Stuff.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, but.
And you're so good at telling stories that you could do anything. Yeah. I think Kathy's a born cabaret performer. Right. Well, she's a born performer, but she can do cabaret too. So
We'll find out.
we'll find out. Oh yeah.
Find out.
Oh yeah. I can't wait for people to find out because you haven't done this in a while. So
2017.
Yeah.
that's right. Love Actually, right? That was the last one. Was that? Or and you did 80s prom here. You were able to show up for that. You just came in and
No, I
did one
didn't.
song, right? Oh, you got
I
sick.
didn't.
You got sick. Victoria got sick.
Yeah.
But we prepared for it.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna wear a leather jacket and everything. It's gonna be so cool,
Yeah.
right? Damn. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I couldn't do that stuff, and I can talk forever, but I couldn't.
Yeah, and you know what, and then like when you're looking off, it just sounds really unnatural, right? It was like then when Dan was just talking, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Huge difference, yeah.
That's
and
that's
I can't
the
take away
truth.
his
Yeah.
security blanket because he must have it.
Mhm.
So, but I'll try to goose him and get him to talk to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's-
Yeah.
I wish I could do that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of stuff, but
Really?
yeah, I mean, there was a thing that I wrote about something that happened in the 5th grade, and a couple of people said you should take that to like the Moth or something like that, and I'm thinking like, oh man, I don't know.
So-
Yeah, when you're presented with that option, suddenly it's not as
Yeah.
attractive.
So in 2017, I was, I also did a stand-up routine at the Comedy Connection.
Yeah,
And I found that all I did was tell stories about things that happened, but that's when you go from what you've kind of lived. This, it's
weird.
what I live, it's true, but I'm not living it, I'm trying to recite it.
Mm.
And that makes a big
Yeah.
difference, you gotta get rid of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can write it. I just the thought of actually like maybe telling it you know,
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Work with Keith. He'd help you.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
so good at that.
I've kind of taken some of the things that I actually wrote when I was writing these things. He was in the back of my mind. Watching that now.
And you gotta do a podcast, cause you'd have a great podcast.
He does have a great
voice.
podcast voice.
I wish I could do that. Yeah.
Joe, we have lots of plans for you.
Oh, we
Yeah,
do.
yeah. No, but the moth thing would be something that I might be
Yeah.
persuaded to try sometime.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, questions on this?
Oh, God.
Hmm?
Can you fix me before Sunday?
Oh, I think we figured out when we need to support you and when we don't.
Yeah.
And we
Is there
figured out
anything
your
you
strengths
need
and
to
tops.
Go
Yeah.
over again, or you want to say?
We're gonna hit it again on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
I'll
fine?
just, I'll listen. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, let it percolate. But I need to rewrite a couple of things for y'all that I will do, and I'll put it in the Google Drive.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, and you know what, I wasn't using the Google Drive and I should have, cause I was looking, there's a couple of, is there anything I'm gonna take out? I will let you know.
Okay.
I'll
Um,
bring this with me.
And yeah, everybody has slightly different pattern, which is fine, and
How-
we'll figure it all
So
out.
we changed that to do a little bit of home again